Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to Mamiya, a shared illusion of the world's end. Last week we finished Fall Down, I believe, where we got to see 4 different perspectives of the story from the 4 friends of Natsume. And they all sadly, unfortunately, died in the end. And we would always wonder why not. Well, we didn't know it was Natsume, but we always wonder why this detective will come in at the end and, be so concerned. So we found out that was Natsume, a dead friend who became a spectator in the afterlife. So he had to go and sit and watch all of the deaths happen, and he couldn't do nothing about it. We finally got the explanation. We got an explanation of how the spectating and librarian world works. But this time, he's felt motivated to go and save his friends and no longer be merely a spectator. He wants to go and save his friends this time. And things should get juicy, very spicy this go around. Because I've seen some screenshots of the game from Steam. And I'm like, why? I don't know, I haven't seen this, and some of the screenshots look a little even darker, more intense than before. And also, if you ever look and see the banner for this game, you see that all 5 boys are having fun together. And I'm like, if they all together having fun, they must meet each other at some point, right? At first, I thought the detective was Mamiya, but it's not to me. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens this time. I wonder if the librarians all, they kept referring to our Lord. And I don't know, I wonder who our Lord is. I assume it's not our Lord Jesus Christ. So let's just go ahead and continue. Let's turn the volume down a little bit. Okay. Load. Okay. Okay. Under a dull, monochrome sky, the rain fell heavy upon the concrete below. 4 silhouettes had gathered, and yet the gloomy weather hid their expressions well. None of them had umbrellas. Hanging their heads, they merely stood in place. Curious. This guy that's in the background, he look a little bit like Mr. Samejima. I don't know who this one is. I don't know who that one is either. None of them showed any willingness to move, let alone speak. Yeah, I think that's Mr. Samejima. The tallest man in the group stood with his arms dangling powerlessly at his side while the heavy rain drenched his dark, anchored locks. Even covered in droplets, the large glasses of the man to his side did little to hide the pain in his expression. The dark blue blazer of the young man next to him was completely soaked, making it weigh heavy on his shoulders. The last person was a beautiful young girl with chestnut-colored hair. A veil of grief had come over her eyes. She bit into tiny lips, seemingly as if to hide her emotions. It was a mystery what the 4 had in common. All of them seemed deeply hurt, but they weren't supporting each other. It was evident that they were all strangers. Suddenly, someone broke the silence. Mamiya. None of the 4 had the energy left to tell which one of them had spoken up. However, the name of all four of them, the name made all four of them look up, and then their eyes finally met. They stared at each other with pale lips and faces. What is this? I hadn't interfered at all. I was about to spectate like I had many times before, and the story was supposed to begin with my funeral. And yet, where did they go? Where are Kikuchiryo and the others? I want to find out about the entity that brings them pain, Mamiya. What's this about Mamiya dying? Mamiya died? It was hard for me to believe that that mysterious being that had spread so much malice could die so easily. More importantly, who are these people? I spent a moment in thought, but came up with no answer. For now, let me just see how the story goes. Okay, interesting. Yeah, we don't start with the funeral like last time. Excuse me. One coffee, please. And another for me. How about you two? The tall man looked questioningly at the two people in school uniforms who ended up requesting the same order as him. The waitress took their orders and walked away, once again leaving the four people to their awkward silence. They were drenched in rain. The warmth inside the cafe had dried them up a bit, but they could still easily catch a cold. None of them seemed to care though. They had something far more important to worry about than the cold. The girl who had been trembling finally broke down in tears. Mamiya! No one said a thing. Not even one word of consolation. They simply felt the weight of the silence pressing down on them, almost as if they themselves were crying. Here's your order. 4 coffees. The silence was broken when a cold-eyed waitress returned with their drinks. Regaining some of their composure, the 4 watched as the hot steam billowed up from the coffee. Some began drinking right away, while others suffered in silence as they remembered him. What would you say to some reminiscing? The suggestion came from the tallest man. Reminiscing? About what? What else? Mamiya, of course. The very air seemed to freeze around them. It felt as though the coffee would go cold in a matter of seconds. So how about it? I think it would help us process things and get our feelings in order. His silent tone made him seem emotionally unfazed, which only served to amplify the anxiety of the other 3. In fact, not even he knew why he had said something like that. He didn't actually want these strangers to know about the memories he shared with Mamiya. However, he did want to know how Mamiya was reflected in their eyes. This conflict was shared by all 4 of them. You start then. You're the one who suggested it, so it's only fair. Very well then. I will tell you about the Mamiya I knew. Honestly, I couldn't remember when I met him. He was always by my side, as an invaluable part of my everyday life. I'm using him and he, but even now I don't actually know his gender. Do any of you know if he's a man or a woman? Was this asexuality of his just a product of his youth? Many say that when boys are most juvenile, they're closer to girls than ever. Mamiya seemed to be this idea made manifest. He had the smile of an omnipotent god, and ill unfit for his otherwise small frame. I could remember myself often thinking that the sanctity he seemed to emanate left no room for sex or sexuality. Very interesting. Yeah, but not all the Mamiyas were the same. So she might have a gendered Mamiya. Hold on. Yes? Everyone listened to the tall man's words with puzzled looks on their faces, but the one who spoke up first was the beautiful young girl. He did admittedly have somewhat androgynous, but he was clearly a man. Really? I couldn't tell at all. Tell at all. Are you serious? Give me a break. You could tell just by looking. He was easily taller than this guy here with glasses, and he had this Adam's apple sticking out. Getting singled out by the girl surprised the man in the glasses, but what she said confused him even more. The tall man slightly parted his lips and waited for the girl to continue. Mamiya, he taught at my school. He was a science teacher with a haircut trimmed at the nape of his neck, who always wore a lab coat and a turtleneck. I got the impression that he was popular with the female students, while also being well respected by the boys. He was good at teaching. He used to smile all the time, almost sadistically so. He had these large, bony hands. I mean, I hate men, but his hands were special. They always calm me down. Mamiya was always sensitive at the nuances in other people's hearts. He also knew exactly what was going on in mine. He didn't tell me where he lived, how old he was, or if he was even married. But that school was dreadful, suffocating place. And Mamiya was the only one I could unconditionally trust. That ain't right. The next man to speak up was the man in glasses. He was the only one who wanted to have emptied his cup of coffee. As the mist from his glasses cleared, his eyes met the girl's. He behaved as he pleased and completely unfazed by her scornful gaze. You don't have much luck with men, do you? Excuse me? Listen, Mamiya's a woman. If you could look. If you can look at her and think that's a man, your standards for guys must be hella messed up. Hella messed up. Oh no. I'm still trying to figure out what type of accent I want to give him. Hella. Should I give him? Hella. That sounds like Bay Area slang. Ew. I don't know. I was thinking of giving him a southern accent. Let's see. And you there, Mamiya's no child. She's clearly an adult. Oh really? And what makes you think that? Mamiya's the only woman I've genuinely loved. I doubt anyone else would have such a huge impact on me. Not in this life, that's for sure. For sure. Well, she did have somewhat of a masculine way of speaking, I'll give you that. But that was hardly justification enough for outright declaring her to be a guy. There was this unique aura about her, like she knew exactly what she wanted and wouldn't allow anyone else to interfere. She was intelligent, insightful, and independent to boot. She usually wore a racing jacket on her shoulders, and that and enjoyed the kind of tobacco only oddballs would appreciate. I inhaled that smoke more times than I can count. It was more than enough for a man to fall in love. So you're just gonna keep quiet like that, huh? I'm guessing the Mamiya you knew was different from ours. Hey, you listen to us? Oh, sorry, I was spacing out. Oh, sorry, I was spacing out. Oh, sorry, I was spacing out. See, the bags under his eyes made it clear that he had led an exhausting life. Bach keeps playing in my head no matter how hard I try to shake it off. What? Bach? Oh, nothing. Forget I said that. Mamiya and I were just friends. He had been at my side for as long as I could remember. He looked out the world with large, curious eyes and wore a school uniform that was different than mine. I wasn't even sure if he went to school, though. I figured that he had his reasons, so I chose not to pry. I lost count of how many times his distant attitude and boundless self-confidence. Excuse me. Excuse me. Helped me out with courage. I really can't say that we met often. I ran into him now and then, and we discussed current affairs, but for some reason, he still felt like a close friend I'd known all my life. None of our Mamiyas match up, huh? Hey, I got a question. Do you know anyone else who knew Mamiya? The question, asked in a very serious tone, made everyone else freeze. I asked around about a woman called Mamiya, but no one else seems to have known her. Same with mine, but how is that even possible? He was definitely a teacher at our school. I'm sure of it. I even took his classes with other students. Why did everyone else forget him? Forget him? Why did everyone else forget him? What is Mamiya anyway? All four of them had something to tell the others. However, none of them could bring themselves to say it, because that would mean denying their own memories, as well as their own Mamiyas. No one said anything after that. Okay, so we're gonna be going back and forth between this world and that world. Phew. Blackout. The story briefly stopped. I closed the book with a sigh. I'm finding more questions than answers. Oh yeah, I gave him a Northern English accent. Let's see if I can remember. And that's why you came to me, eh? Came to me. That's why you came to me, eh? Yes, I figured I should get an opinion of a senior in the field. A senior? Me? Yes? Did I upset you? Not really. And besides, you're fresh meat. So I guess everyone here would be your senior. I don't mind helping you. Helping you. I don't mind helping you. I mean, there are worse ways to kill time. To kill. There are worse ways to kill time. Careful you don't get found out though. don't get found out though. Okay. Y'all excuse me for a moment. I need to brush up my Northern English accent. See the and mouth price and mouth vowels. Let's see. How would you do it? Ow. Ow. Okay. I. Ow. I. Okay. That's how you do it. I don't mind helping you. I mean, there are worse ways to kill time. Careful for what you careful you don't get found out though. I'm aware of the risks. Anyway, I've learned some new things, but all they did was make me even more confused. Like my friends, each of those people at the cafe, like my friends, each of those people at the cafe were close to their own Mamiyas, and they were all torn up about his death. Mamiya had affected their lives, but perhaps it was his death that freed them. At least that's what I thought at first. But it doesn't really seem that way, does it? I know. Then I consider another possibility, that even in death, Mamiya might still be tormenting those four. Maybe dead, but he lingers on as a wraith and continues to taint their lives. I'm not saying he's a ghost, but considering he can't be seen, the comparison feels appropriate. If those four are actually still bound by Mamiya, then they just like my friends. They might eventually get caught up in this endless circle of tragedy. If I can save at least one person from Mamiya's influence, I'll do it. But I first need to know what he really is. I bit my lip, bearing the chagrin. I thought I had come upon a new lead, but instead even found more of Mamiya's victims. If left alone, he would bring misfortune upon people other than my friends. Suddenly, I heard the sound of a finger snapping from behind the door. Relax, newbie. Huh? Weren't you told that a spectator's job is to observe? Observe. Okay. It's kind of like star reading. You sit back, observe, and see the new trajectories. That lets you predict what the what story needs to become. Yes, that's the classic new Northern English. What story needs to become the historical truth mankind will follow. The first step for any spectator. The first step for any spectator is to unravel each and every cause. Unravel each and every cause. Well, it ain't uncommon. Well, it ain't it ain't. Well, it ain't well, I cannot do this accent. Well, it ain't uncommon for new characters to show up. God. Well, it ain't uncommon for new characters to show up. What's important is to find the common link that connects the two of the stories you've already observed. Goodness. So it's like a book that leaves so much up to interpretation that completely different characters and scenes will be involved in similar situations and thus get mixed up. Exactly. The people at the cafe and my friends, the one thing that had in common was Mamiya. So their involvement with Mamiya was enough to insert them into the historical truth as a what if. That confirms my suspicions. Those four are also in Mamiya's clutches. I didn't know who they were. Unlike Kikuchiro and the others, they were my friends in real life. How come Ryo is the only one he names by name? Interesting. I guess he had a close relationship with him. The closest relationship with Ryo. What I didn't know was that they too have fallen prey to Mamiya. I can't just watch and let other emo people suffer under these tragedies. I clench my fists, my body trembled with anger. I appreciate your help. So, what you gonna do? Or do they do? Do they have a fronted goose vowel? Do. Yeah, they say do, not do. Do. So, oops, wrong one. So, what you gonna? So, what you gonna do? So, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm so inconsistent. I'm going to observe them for a while longer. Their story might contain a hint that could help me uncover Mamiya's true identity. That's all. Best of luck then. Thanks. Oh, he's so cute. Alright. That smile made me happy. I walked over to the book and took a few moments to gather myself. I would shy away from no amount of detours if it meant I could save my friends. I'll find out what Mamiya is if that is the last thing I do. I focused my consciousness. It was something I had to do in order to sink deeper into the story. Leading forward, I read the first line like I always had. Tokyo, during the year in which the world was prophesied to end. Excuse me. Sorry, I just had pizza, so I might be burping a lot. I took a deep breath and gathered my resolve. Then let me teach you how to interfere. I should have given him like a scratchier voice. As my senses began to fade, I recall what the man behind the closed door had told me. It wasn't deep enough yet. I had to go further down. Now is your chance. Bite into your tongue. I poured all my strength I could into my jaw. Oof, goodness gracious. It's a lot. Ugh, I heard that sound and made me jump. So we don't get Natsume's body. If you pass out while spectating, your consciousness loses its place and continues to descend until your soul enters some random schmuck in the masses and you get yourself a body to inhabit in that world. And I didn't know if there was any truth in his words. Perhaps he simply wanted to deceive me and make me suffer a fate worse than death. Even so, if there was even a sliver of chance I could save my friends, I had no choice but to do it, no matter the pain. Natsume died. Okay, I was a little confused. Huh? I'm back at my funeral again. Can they see him? Because if they see him as he is now, that's a little problematic. What happened to the people at the cafe? As one question after another raced through my mind. Oh, sorry. Do they notice? This is so weird. Wait. Without even thinking, I grabbed the hand peeking out of his blazer. God, okay. What? Do keep in mind that it's forbidden to interfere with a story. Mm. Sorry, it's nothing. Right. He simply walked past me without saying so much as a word. I My funeral went on just as it had every other time I watched it. No matter how many times I went through this, imagining their pain as they approached the casket always hurt me. Not me. How do they see me? Under usual circumstances, spectators don't retain any of their past memories. Due to this, your situation, a case in which the spectator has the memories of their past life and is involved in a story related to themselves before they died, is complicated, to say the least. When you begin spectating, you descend into the present of the story and take over the position of a nameless character. That is how it works. Huh? Take over? But then, what happens to the life of that person? Oh, excuse me. That's kind of terrible. Whatever do you mean? A single member of the nameless masses hardly has a life worth a story. I want to concern myself with it. Just focus on spectating. That's a problem. That's so problematic. As a result of all that, I would be perceived differently than the Natsume. Oh, his last name is Soichiro. Natsume Soichiro, being mourned right now. That was how it was supposed to be. Although I realized that this had been put in place to prevent unnecessary confusion, it still vexed me not being able to call out to them as Natsume. As the funeral came to an end, people began to file out the church. If I didn't do anything here, the story wouldn't change one bit. In each of their perspectives, Mamiya would trifle with their lives, resulting in their eventual deaths. Interfere with the story. I'll make all of them happy. Natsume. Excuse me, are you Kikuchi-ryo? I am. I have something to tell you. It's about Natsume. Was this about Natsume? I came cause you said it concerned me. Huh? Eh? You too? You too, Ryo? I thought it was just me. Thank you very much for What a pain. I'm out. Huh? Wait! I thought it was just about me and Natsume. Why are the others here? Is this some kind of new prank? New kind of prank? I gotta say, using a dead person for something like this is really bad taste. No, I have a message from Natsume. What? And it's related to us? Yes. Gosh, I have to voice all three of them. I mean, all four of them. Gosh, trying to remember their voices. Look at this. I pull out a single piece of paper from my chest pocket. Look, it's Natsume's handwriting. I got it from him while he was still alive. While he was still alive? Yes. Actually, I had written it up during this very funeral. I may not have looked like Natsume, yeah, Natsume Shoichiro, but I still had his handwriting. The folk gathered around the piece of paper on the bench, looking like scientists faced with a tough equation. Why would he? It's like he knew he was going to die. Is this his will? An informal one, at least. An informal will? Some people write them down just in case they die. That's right. Normally, this kind of note would include the person's hopes and requests, like whether they'd like to keep them on life support, what to do with their wealth, things like that. But this one has 4 names on it. Kikuchiryo, Tojo Minato, Morichika Haruki, Suo Keito. That smile on Keito, like, it's so creepy. Like, it's kind of scaring me a little bit. It's like everyone else has solemn faces while he's the only one who's still smiling. Like, why are you smiling? Like, why are you happy? This is so creepy. I'm scared. I'm so scared of him. The names of the four of you gathered here. What did Natsume want of us? This is what's written on the paper. During the month before my burial, I was gonna say burial, please gather every Friday and decide on what to bury alongside my casket. This is what he wants. Of the 4 of us, you mean? Yes. Oh, that was him thinking. Of the 4 of us, you mean? Even though most of us don't even know each other? Yes. What the hell is he thinking? He wants us to choose what to bury with him? Is that really Natsume's wish? It is, yes. He entrusted this to me. Unlike a standard will, this doesn't hold an illegal power. So ultimately the choice is yours. But Natsume wants you to properly process his death. That's what I think, anyway. The contents of the note was so full of regret and self-love that even I wonder why I'd written it. Strangely enough, though, it really did seem like Natsume had jotted all this down while he was alive and then entrusted it to me. Since I had no memories of how Natsume died, I couldn't help but feel that way. Count me out. But this feels enough of a goodbye. I don't have what it takes to drag Natsume's death around for a whole month. Duh. I understand. I want to do this. Huh? We would meet up, talk about Natsume, and decide what to bury with him? This is kind of embarrassing, but it really hasn't sunk in for me that he's gone. Even after all this, I'll probably just go, oh, he's gone, and then completely forget about him within a few days. And the life will go on as usual. That's totally normal, though. What's the big deal? That's how you're supposed to treat the dead. You don't have to say it like that, though. You're right. It is normal. But that's why I don't want it to end like this. Like it's nothing. I want to properly say goodbye to him. I want to do it as well. Minato. He's right. I still haven't properly processed Natsume's death. When he died, I wish I had been kinder to him. I regretted not talking to him more. And that's kind of the regret. And that's kind of the regret that stays with you your whole life. So at the very least, I want to sort out all my feelings and do it the right way. God, I can't stand gloomy shit like this. That should be the end for people. Damn it. He didn't even keep in touch. So why would he choose me? Fine, whatever. Guess it's only for a month. You willing to do it? Yeah, but we're strangers once this is over. Oh, God. Over. Kikuchi Ro, was it? Yeah. I won't force you to do this, but I would like you to know that Natsume spoke to you about. But I would like you to know what Natsume spoke. But I would like to know what Natsume spoke to you about. Is that bad? I won't be of much help, though. That's hardly a problem. Okay. Then I'd like you all to meet up at this church again next Friday. Hold on. What's your name? Huh? My name? Oh, yeah. It's kind of creepy how you all know our names. How you know all our names, but we don't know yours. You didn't tell us how you knew Natsume either. What name was I supposed to use here? Seeing me act so perplexed, they all gave me justifiably suspicious looks. Come on. Hurry and think of a name. Oh my god. I'm so done. Oh my goodness gracious, boy. Yo, stop. My name is Natsume. Oh. I said it. I went and said it. Huh. Oh my gosh. Are you related to Natsume? I don't think so. I didn't see this guy at the relatives during his funeral. Are you? Their distrustful looks only made me more uncomfortable. I couldn't think of anything else. Should I just blurt out a random name? Well, obviously, anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together would have done that. But after seeing them die one by one, getting to finally meet them face to face, made me act greedy. If at all possible, I wanted them to call me Natsume again. And this is what it led me to. You think you're too good to give us your real name? Talk about being arrogant. Are you messing with us? I can't say I appreciate being the butt of a joke. Is that your actual name? I didn't expect to be in such a deep mess. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Natsume isn't that rare of a name after all. That's so... Yes. I'm really sorry. I hesitate to reveal my name because I knew it would only end up confusing you. But I can also understand why it would make you distrust me. The bottom line is that I'm not his relative, but my name is also Natsume. You could have just said that from the start. Thank you, Suoketo. Suoketo. Keto. So, how do you know Natsume? We happen to run into each other in town. Really? And he gave you a note that important? Excuse me. Y'all forgetting that the handwriting is literally Natsume? It's like it's his exact handwriting. Morichika Haruki's gaze was positively piercing. I had to make this seem feasible, otherwise they never agreed to meet up again. To be able to reasonably keep in touch with them, I had to make sure they still trusted me. I needed to think of a good explanation. Remember Natsume's personality. Well, I believe the correct answer is his personality, right? Because we can all see the casket, right? So, let's save. Please remember Natsume's personality. Please remember Natsume's personality. His personality? Yes, he was like the air, wasn't he? Hard to fully grasp. I really did meet him by chance when I asked him for directions in town. When I told him my name, he said, "What a coincidence! It's the same as mine," and we hit it off right away. Oh, yeah, I guess I can see Natsume being fond of people sharing his name. I agree. That does make sense. Really? I can only assume he entrusted this note along with this role to me because we had the same name. I think having a stranger with the same name conveys words as his. Is what? His sense of humor at work, probably. It ain't funny though. Never has been. Well, screw it. Friday, right? You just gotta come up here. Yes, please do. Well, we got the gang back together. Yay! Mission accomplished. Phew. Left alone in the church, I sighed. The lively atmosphere from before had been replaced by an almost oppressive silence. The friends I thought I'd never meet again. Not to me. The five had now agreed to meet each other over the next month. I could have never reached this point by remaining a mere observer. So I'd need to absolutely make sure that everything goes well. If I stuck to my job as a spectator, I couldn't have achieved any of this. It was a result of my ego, a clear consequence of my interference. I changed the story. My words reached no one. However, saying them out loud filled me with a clear, conscious realization of what I just done. The realization that I interfered with the laws of this world, coupled with the guilt of having broken the rules. It was like a shackle weighing me down. Even so, no matter what obstacles I have to face, I will save them. Okay, it's probably Mamiya. I wonder if that will go so well. The voice coming from behind jolted me to alertness. Maybe I should start preparing your friends' funerals for when you fail. It was a voice I could never forget. A voice I curse even in my dreams. What do you say? Not to me. Mamiya! How dare you show yourself, you vile being? Ooh, we got a full sprite finally. Good. I'm glad your penchant for the dramatic is alive and well, spectator. Yeah, spectator. How do you know that title? indeed. He is a, yeah, he's a spectator. He's dead. He's a spectator. He's a rogue spectator. How indeed. Quiero wager a guess. Wager a guess. Guess. Quiero wager a guess. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Hey, I'm getting it. I like this accent. Quiero wager a guess. Okay, so we don't know if he's a spectator or not. Okay. The wave of his hands made it obvious that he had no intention of giving me a proper answer. I had a million questions to ask him. Why was he killing them? What was this so-called trichillia causing that supposedly awaited them beyond death? And most importantly, what was even Mamiya? Starting my numerous questions, I simply glared at him. I don't care what goes on in your head, but that changes the moment you start putting away their very lives on. But that changes the moment you start putting their very lives on the scale. I won't allow you to drive those innocent people to their deaths. In response, huh? He grinned, his face full of joy. Driving them to their deaths? You say. I thought, yeah, they say thought. I thought born from a mind controlled by science. What? Let me ask, yes. Let me ask you this thing. Let me ask you this thing. This, yes. Let me ask you this thing. Why do people fear death? He merely squinted, but that alone changed the very air in the church. It felt as though he was trying to reassert dominance over this entire place, and he wanted me to know too. No one really knows death. Tell me, did any human in this world ever experience true death? Humans don't even understand whether it's good or not. They're simply controlled by the preconceptions that it's something to be shirked. Yeah. No. People fear death precisely because they don't understand it. In this world we live in, a single death means the end of it all. Once dead, you can no longer meet any of your friends or family. You can't change that fact. So you're saying it's all good as long as people get to live for a minute or a second longer? That's not what no. That's exactly what you meant. Death scares you only because you're dependent on your body and honor. Body and honor. I'm a little shake on this accent now. What a simple materialistic line of thinking, devoid of wisdom and reason. Wisdom and reason. I'm only talking about good lives. It wasn't just their deaths I found issue with, but their way of life too. Admit it. It's because you Mamiya that they all ended up miserable. That's not true, actually. Mamiya just exacerbated their deaths. They were already on some bad stuff beforehand. Like you know that their lives were bad. We could go through it all. Like, well, I don't know about. I guess Sewell had a bad life, kind of. I don't know. I'm being kind of ruined that one, to be honest. I don't know how he could have, like, being bored with life. I don't really know if that's makes your life miserable, really. I guess it was bad, but he was bored with life. I don't know if he was bored because of the dreams. Maybe he was already bored with life before the dreams. He got those dreams. But Tojo having a secret, a debilitating secret about gender nonconformity, you know, that was already happening. And Mamiya didn't really do anything. Mamiya only told him that I'll accept you, I love you, and kill yourself, basically. Just kill yourself and I'll be with you forever. Deo had a terrible abusive home life where he had to care for his sister by himself. His mother was an alcoholic and drunkard. Mamiya had nothing to do with that. Mamiya only just made him more violent. Okay. Who else? Morichika. His brother died. Mamiya had nothing to do with that. He was devoid of love and things like that. Mamiya had nothing to do with that. Mamiya exacerbated it, but the essence of that problem wasn't Mamiya's fault. So it's not really Mamiya's fault that made them miserable. He just drove it to a breaking point. Yeah, I said the exact same thing. It's so funny how we said the exact same thing. Are you really sure about that? From a different angle, you could say that Mamiya saved him. Can't you perceive it that way? What? Humans don't know death. It's only their fear of the unknown that drove them to view it as something evil. And so, by granting them an unknown death, Mamiya saved them. Because you see, salvation at the hands of death was the truest, most earnest desire. How did you feel about the predicaments? Anyway, did you think that they eventually found happiness if they had continued to live, continued to live? Fish and chips. I cannot do the fish and chips. Continued to live. Oh my gosh. If not any New Zealanders listening, I'm so sorry about your accent. Bound to the personal cages of isolation? Yes. As long as you're alive, you're able to start over. The possibilities are endless. My, what an awfully cruel thing to say. The temperature around us had decreased. You witnessed so much pain, yet you continue to tell them to endure. Let's say endure. You would tell them to endure the torture that is in their lives. That's in their lives. Yeah. You will continue to tell them to dream of a better future. A better future. Am I getting this right? No. Try as you might, your snake tongue will not lead me astray. The greatest error in the good lives they had is the appearance of the illusion calling itself Mamiya. Oh? Everything you said is subjective. A self-centered evaluation rooted in arrogant sophistry. None more. They were similar. Mamiya worming its way into their lives made them lose sight of objectivity, and that's why they ended up consumed by a subjective illusion. You forget. They are very much at fault too. They sought us out. We merely answered their call. You wrong. That was because Mamiya, because you had made sure to close off their means of escape. Excuse me. But this time, I'm putting an end to your schemes. Will you now? I'll lead them. I'll lead them down the path to salvation, even if Mamiya appears. Natsume Soichiro. A stellar body, coupled by a wonderful soul. Soul. Yeah, soul. He held his hand out, looking at me like a thing of beauty, and then swung it down. Ha! I'm almost jealous. Jealous. I'm almost jealous. His eyes burned with sarcasm, but when I returned his gaze with a scowl, he quickly changed the expression. But you still don't understand a thing. His implicative words made me scowl even harder. What do you mean? The man simply laughed at me before turning around and walking toward the door. Leave that question torture you, nameless spectator. Spectator. Wait! I won't let you do as you... Well... I was back? I wonder if the librarian knows. I just lost a chance to unravel the mystery behind Mamiya. If that alone wasn't enough, I felt something intensely unpleasant as well. Almost as if there was sun in my mouth. Glancing down. Oh my God. I realized I had bled so much from my mouth that the blood began to form a puddle on the floor. Oh God, ew. That's so disgusting. I shoved my hand into my mouth and frantically began moving around what I found inside. What is going? Oh, what did you do to your thumb? Like, what did you do? I'm scared. Did you bite off your thumb and it's swirling around in your mouth? That's so disgusting. Yeah. Huh? Did he bite his tongue? What did he do? I grabbed hold of my tongue and stabilized my breathing. Before I knew, my tongue had completely healed. The feeling, combined with the sight of blood, made me remember. Right, I bit into my... I'm scared of the librarian, to be honest. I'm so scared of her. I feel like she's gonna punish me. She has that creepy smile. Are you alright? Oh, Miss Librarian. This is just... We appear to have returned while in the middle of spectating. It's hardly an uncommon occurrence, so don't let it bother you. Huh? Could I really just ignore all this blood? Wait, what? The fresh blood I had bled onto the floor moments earlier was nowhere to be seen. More importantly, how did your work go? Did you find any major flows in the story? Do you see how the stars shift? It's, going well. I averted my gaze and did so almost unconsciously. I went against what she had told me and interfered with their story. How would this smiling, be spectacular woman react once she found out? Just thinking about it sent drops of cold sweat down my back. Most excellent. A fatigued worker is a poor worker. I would advise you to go rest now. Thank you. I will. I couldn't bring myself to look her directly in the eye. I'm so sleepy. She taught me all the basics when I was lost and confused, that I repaid her kindness or betrayal. Even so, I want to find the path that leads to their salvation. Alone and surrounded only by books, I joined my hands together and hung my hand in silence. Did it save? One thing I had learned while on the job was that spectators had access to 3 world layers. The upper layer was the world I inhabited right now, the place where, book in hand, I flipped through the pages and read the stories set in writing. The lower layer was the world of the living, a place with fresh air, physical bodies, and everything else people needed to lead their lives. The mid layer was where the spectators would observe the living. While here, I could look down on the lower layer, like an astral projection. This was also where I watched the tragic fates of my friends unfold before my eyes, and where spectators would usually stay whenever they were in the middle of reading their stories. The bird's eye view offered by this layer would allow spectators to have a full grasp of the story's flow. Looking back at it, I was already able to interfere with the story before the start of the funeral. I even recall briefly addressing my friends. The librarian must have known that too. Apparently, that was only allowed so I could decide which character to focus on. I dreaded to imagine the scolding I would receive if she ever found out about the true extent of my interference. Oh, okay, so that was us. Yeah, that was true. It would also be nice if I didn't have to bite into my tongue ever again. Oh, he bit into his tongue. Oh, goodness gracious, I hate biting into my tongue. Anyway, I was now interacting with the story of 4 people I saw at the cafe. For now, I decided not to interfere and instead focus on merely observing them from the mid layer. I remain objective here. Telling that to myself, I strain my ears to listen to the ongoing story. Hey! Hands off my meat! Go eat the bok choy or something. What? But that's Toma's. Bok choy? I'll happily eat it if you don't want to. Miyagaki, that's the name? That's not what we're talking about. If you don't take your meat, it'll be gone before you know it. This fatty knows no restraint. Come on. Even this guy's eating nothing but meat and tofu. What about the veggies? Gosh, tofu. God, I don't know why I didn't say that. I'm against eating vegetables by principle. Oh? These king oyster mushrooms are pretty delicious. He's right, Miyagaki. They're great. Are you even listening to me? Eat your gosh darn meat. The 4 of them continued to argue while sitting around a simmering hot pot. A few days ago, Mamiya really does exist. Otherwise, how are we even supposed to deal with these feelings? All they could do was nod. They felt that everything would vanish if they didn't. The 4 of them had all dealt with the loneliness and isolation that came with having wildly different outlooks from their peers. For days they were alienated, misunderstood, outcasts, but now they finally found others who were on the same page as them. What would you say to sharing a room? We could spend our time discussing our memories of Mamiya. Things moved quickly after that. Samejima prepared the residence, while Arisugawa Arisungawa, huh? Is that Morichiko's older brother? Am I remembering that correctly? Well, Arisungawa gathered the electrical appliances. Samejima had found a large pink house. Oh gosh, no, wait, is Arisungawa? I'm trying to think. It's gonna be awkward. I'm gonna have to switch the accents, to be honest. Wait, I have to look up. Wait. Arisungawa Haru. Oh, wait. Wait a second. I'm confused. Is that his brother? I need help because I don't want to give him two different accents. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's just continue. It was far from convenient, but it allowed for distances they could all tolerate. Toma didn't have much luggage, but Nigiaki brought over a bunch of packed cardboard boxes. By late December, the four of them were already living under the same roof. Wow. If you ask me, the key to happy cohabitation lies in setting down some rules. So I say we agree on a couple, starting with the dishes. On Mondays, it's Arisugawa. Tuesdays, me. Wednesdays, Niigaki. Thursdays, Samejima. Fridays, Arisugawa. Saturdays, me. Sundays, Niigaki. Objection. Sustain. Go on. Why do I have to clean twice a week while this guy gets away with once? Oh my. A week has 7 days and there are 4 of us, and Samejima's really busy, so he probably couldn't be here on certain days. You're saying I look like I got loads of free time? I mean, you do. You use the house more than any of us. It's only reasonable you do the dishes, no? Huh? You want to take this outside? Wait. Please calm down, you two. Whoa there. You're the one picking a fight. Jesus. Hey, it's just dishwashing. Even if you should be able to do that much, right? Even you should be able to do that much, right? Okay, let's make it so that Nigiaki and I take turns washing dishes every Friday. You okay with that, Nigiaki? Whatever. Some distance away from them, Nigiaki's side, then simply left. Oh, I got a call. Gotta run. And I think I'll go back to practice. I'll head out on a walk myself. And so everyone left, leaving the Judas schedule on the table all by myself. All by itself. Is it just me? Or are they really ill-suited to living together? I'm really struggling with the urge not to butt in. But I know I shouldn't. I decide I wouldn't interfere with them. I need to stay on sharp lookout for hints regarding Mamiya. They decide to share a room, but they were complete strangers who literally just met. In my opinion, it really wasn't going well for them. Even my brief observation was enough for me to pick up on their unique quirks. One was really audacious. Another would always wear the same expression, which made him really hard to read. While the one girl in the group, albeit stunningly beautiful, seemed to be perpetually upset with a generally low tolerance for other people. The last one had a calm personality and appeared to be the glue holding the group together. But they all seemed to live life at their own pace, which inevitably caused many clashes. This was especially true for the two adults. Arisunawa and Samejima were woefully incompatible. Oh, Arisunawa, have you seen Samejima by any chance? Huh? What do you mean? Oh wait, what would you even want with that impotent jerk? He was even more upset than usual. Toma, however, didn't seem particularly bothered by the other's tone. We got a delivery for him, so I figured that I'd let him know. And what did he get? His monthly order of Viagra? Considering how cool it is, it's likely something raw. Raw? Arisunawa's eyebrow twitched. Toma went and placed the cool box in the living room. There's probably organs inside. Nigaki joined in on the exchange. Come on, Nigaki, you shouldn't say that. He does kind of creep me out, though. Here's an idea. Let's use this as evidence to throw him into jail. Oh, ew. It's a heart. A large shadow dropped over the box. It was Samejima. His sudden appearance made Nigaki put on a feisty expression. This is for you, Samejima. Thank you very much. I will go ahead and tuck it into the fridge. Wait. Did you say heart? So it really is an organ. Are you planning a transplant? Like some kind of mad scientist? Oh, don't be silly now. I'm going to eat it. You're going to do what? Are you a vampire? Ew. It's an animal heart. It's an animal heart. I had ordered it fresh from a butcher shop I frequent. An animal heart? A cow's heart, to be precise. If it's fresh, we have sashimi. I have never eaten a heart before. I've never eaten a heart, a tongue, a brain. Like, ew. That's nasty. In fact, why don't we all just have that for tonight's dinner? Can we? I will gladly. Not so fast. We agreed to have takoyaki party tonight, remember? We did? Oh, great. Just when I thought we were out of the woods, she comes charging back in. Oh, we absolutely did? We even have octopus. Today's the only day we can have cow hot sashimi. Nigaki, would you mind if we postpone the takoyaki party? I need to give that pen back tomorrow, though. Oh, I see. Still. Andy falls silent. It's your fault for buying something that made a mess of things. Oh, it is? Oh, to be young and so easily manipulated. Young. To be so young and easily manipulated. Visibly annoyed by the pitying looks he gave them, the two students looked away. By the way, just how much of the fridge are you planning to occupy? Like seriously, a heart? Want me to shove your goddamn heart into the fridge next time? Oh dear. I see the Nana. Interesting. I see the 99er among us sure is busy opening and closing the fridge. Compared to how much of this place you occupy, that seems like a minor problem. Come on, Arisungawa. Will you please just give it a rest and let the takoyaki pan already? And get the takoyaki pan already? Samejima, I think you should really hurry up and put it in the fridge. Ignoring the two, Arisungawa and Samejima stood up and slowly closed the distance between them with the table at the center. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, y'all. I think you're getting something wrong here. Guess I might as well. Yeah, I said that. I guess I might as well use this opportunity to clear things up for you. If you're thinking of assaulting me, go right ahead. You're the one who will be arrested. Only if there's still enough energy left in you to call your buds. And how about you? If you're planning to call an ambulance, now's your only chance. Where's the frickin' takoyaki pan? Gosh, they're all having an argument. Oh my goodness. The heart will spoil and won't be any good for sashimi. What a mess. Yeah, it's like, it's too much. Back off, music student. Go ahead and eat the goddamn heart if you want it so much. Ni ingaki. There's a shop near my workplace that specializes in takoyaki. I can go buy you some next time. That's not the issue here. I decided I want takoyaki now. This has already been said, so don't you make a mess of it. Go on and be nice and heat up the takoyaki pan. I can't just go ahead and eat the heart. I need permission first. Also, they even talking to each other? Like, I feel like they're just saying, like, they all have their own conversations. Wait a second, Soma. Aren't we having takoyaki? You're not planning on stuffing your face with raw organ, are you? But no, with raw organ, are you? Are you? With raw organ. With raw organ, are you? God. Yeah, because Lincoln are raw organ. With raw organ, are you? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Honestly, Miyaki, we can eat takoyaki whatever we want, but cow heart sashimi is a rare delicacy, you know. I'm not interested in the organs. At least give it a try first. Even Niniaki and Tomo are arguing now. They slid in between Arisungawa and Samejima, making the two adults raise a curious eyebrow. Hey! You're in the way, goddammit! Go the hell away! Excuse me? This isn't your house. Why would I even listen to you? Because I've been here the longest. So you finally admit to it. When you really think about it though, I was the one who found this place, so technically it's mine. Now if you would please move aside. If I do, she'll want to start a takoyaki party. Why won't you let me? As their argument continues to escalate, Nigaki snapped and pointed at Arisungawa and Samejima. Oh my goodness gracious, what is going on? Why are you two acting so big anyway? With your backs against the wall and stuff, you're being like Mamiya. The heated air cooled off in an instant. Yeah. Mamiya said that all the time. Mamiya liked standing next to walls. She'd wear that usual grin of hers and keep observing me with her hands joined behind her back. It was like he carefully weighed each of his words before uttering them. And because he always stand next to the wall, I often had to turn my back to large open spaces, which made me feel sort of helpless in a way. Mamiya stands next to the wall. Yeah, she really did that. Oh man, it sure makes me happy to talk about Mamiya. Still standing, the four of them exchanged a hearted laugh. The argument, the raw heart, the takoyaki, they all seem so pointless now. In the end, they decided to finally cook the heart like they would have cooked takoyaki. They were just happy to share their memories of Mamiya with someone. The four of them could barely get along, but reminiscing about Mamiya managed to bring a smile to their faces. The profound peace that these stories had given them made me painfully aware of just how much joy Mamiya had brought into their lives. Mamiya is supposed to be this cruel, merciless reaper of lives, but to them, Mamiya is almost like a deeply cherished entity. I wonder if that dynamic is gonna have a very important role in this story. Like he's gonna try to defeat Mamiya for toying with his friends' lives and stealing them. But these people seem to be happy. Interesting. I wonder if they're being tricked or not. How is that possible? And how's Mamiya reflected in their eyes? Ooh, December, first Friday. Okay, so I think we're gonna stop right here for today. Yeah, it is. Oh, I can't save. Nope. Okay. So we'll save right here. So yeah, tomorrow. So yeah, this is very interesting. So it's very curious how we're having two sad stories now. I wonder if Mamiya is as bad as he seems, but 4 times he done killed somebody. I'm a little irritated. But I wonder. I want to know what this trichillicosm is. And I want to know why he died to them. I'm very curious. I'm excited to get through this. I'm excited. Tomorrow we're gonna play my second. Oh, I started yawning. Sorry. Okay, tomorrow we're gonna play Psychedelic of the Black Butterfly. I was thinking about playing Ashen Hawk because the girl in Ashen Hawk also disguises a girl, so I think that would be a throwback to My Vow to My Liege. But I want to play Black Butterfly first because there are references to Black Butterfly in Ashen Hawk, and it's the first game released in this Psychedelica series. So I might as well play that first. And then after that, we'll go into Psychedelica of the Black Butterfly. And then we'll play another Ultimate game, probably Tashful Atlas. And then later this week, we'll play My Sims PC on Friday. And then on Saturday, we're going to play Start Again. Start Again is a BL visual novel. It's a short one. It's a mystery visual novel as well. So I'm gonna play some short games, some short visual novels, and along with My Sims PC on the weekends. It might take us 2 days to finish, like 2 weeks. 2 days, 1 day per week to finish Start Again. But it might only be 1. I don't know. Might be 3. It shouldn't be that long though. And after that, I have a couple more visual novels to do, like short visual novels to play, so we could go and look at them. And yeah, so that's the plan for this week. I have the schedule on my Twitter, So if y'all need to look at the schedule later on, it's on my Twitter. And it's at Pascal underscore Whitlock. I believe that's what it is. So tomorrow we will see each other for a psychedelic of the Ashen Hawk. Thank y'all very kindly for watching, and y'all come back now. You hear?